Hello, welcome back to the farm. Today, we're going to take the maiden voyage of our new Haas garden cedar. As you can see, there's our new Haas garden cedar up on our technical bench. Actually, it's a picnic table, but it's technical for us. And you can see this thing is not even dirty yet. Now, they say setup on this thing's pretty easy, so we're going to give it a shot. Okay, since we're planting corn today, we're going to take this off. We're going to take this out. Do not tighten. Do not over tighten. Okay. Don't have to worry about that right this minute. Take that out and take that out. Pretty easy. Now, since we're doing corn, we're going to use the number 4 plate, which is what Haas says to use. So we're going to put this spacer in right there. We're going to take this and put it back. And again, important safety note apparently, do not over tighten. Kind of hard to do this holding the camera. Okay. And so let's see how much over tightening you can do. Now I've got the cedar sitting up on the kickstand. Let's just see what happens when I try to. Ooh, that's too tight apparently. So we're going to loosen that up a good bit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our little cap that comes with it underneath where the seeds drop. In order to test this thing out, we're going to put some seeds in. I suppose you put a little bit here and a little bit there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the back wheel, and in a perfect world, the seeds will drop there. So let's just see what we get here. I'm turning the back wheel. Oop, helps if you turn it the right way, I guess. Uh-oh. You can see that the seeds are they fill the hole as it goes around. And as they go around, there's a hole. And that hole is right underneath there. And they drop through a tube through those coulters right there, that's a nice design, by the way. And you can see, if I can get the camera straight around, how the seed is dropping down. Now, I'm not seeing any misses. Go back up here and watch this a while. And you can hear as those things drop, it's kind of cool. From a guy that's used a garden waste cedar for 20-some plus years, maybe longer than that, having an absolute out-of-the-box, this thing is working as soon as it comes out, running down the highway kind of thing, this is exciting. As you can see, the garden was middle busted, turned and tilled with the tiller, and run with the row builder, and it is ready. As you look down these rows, you might notice how straight they are. It is so important for row crops to be in a straight row. Later, after the corn comes up and beans and everything else that we plant, we're going to run a cultivator down through here, straight down the middle of the row. And if your rows are crooked, you're going to take out some of your main crop as well as the weeds. So straight rows are very important. So yes, the row builder does that as long as you pay attention, but we're also going to plant as dead center as we can get every one of these raised rows that we have. We're going to use these highly technical tools, string and rebar. We're going to run string down the aisle, and we're going to run our cedar right beside the string. Once again, our highly technical string and rebar that helps us center where we're going to plant our seed right down the middle of the raised row.
Okay, first impressions with the Haas seeder. Today was our first day actually using it. We planted 14 75-foot rows of corn and 8 rows at about 50 feet of beans. First of all, I love the kickstand. When you go to each row, you don't have to lay the seeder down, you just use the kickstand and holds it up. The second thing that I found odd, and it was just wonderful once I figured it out, was the fact that it actually covers the seeds after it puts it down. I have been having problems with that for years. I had very, very few that I had to go back over, but it did a great job with that. I like having the hopper on the top where you can see how much seed you got. You can, certainly very convenient for filling that thing. Had very few jams and very, very few misses. So hopefully, we'll see when it all comes up, but man, did a great job. Today we planted incredible corn and contender beans. I had to make a seed plate. You know, when you watch online, it's all this brain surgery kind of stuff. Took me about 5 minutes, if that. Not a big deal. But overall, very positive impression of the Haas seeder. Again, we are not sponsored by anybody, and we purchased this with our own money. Anyway, great experience. Until next time, see you down at the barn.